god, are we dead as man? Oh my god, my keyboard just disconnects over and over again for no reason. I need to get a new cable already. Makes no sense. Makes zero sense. Hello, Butterfly. Hello, Sevens. Oh shit, I'm on the wrong account. My bad, guys. I started stream on the wrong account. Black screen for 30 seconds. Hello, hello, all hello. Merry Christmas, Happy Halloween, Happy Hanukkah. Hello, everyone, hello. There we go. Good luck on that E1 Triby. Thank you. But unfortunately, there has been no good luck when it comes to E1 Triby. But I appreciate the sentiment. You already know the answer to that, Sevens. It hurts me too much to answer it, so I'm not gonna answer it. I actually need to use my energy on the Calyx first. Right? Yep. Triby. And this Calyx. Yep. I can't even do this Calyx correctly because, like a fucking idiot, I salvaged my speed boots with double crit on my main account. So now my herd is stuck on attack boots, and she's slower than these fucking mobs. Wow. Oh, wow. Did not realize they were that low on health. My bad. This new DU, I don't even know what the fuck's going on with Divergent. It literally looks the exact same, just with different graphics. I'm gonna be honest, Divergent Universe is probably like my least favorite mode in the entirety of the game. Like it's like not even close. Like it's literally just an autopilot fest. You don't pay attention, takes no skill, choose the blessings. It just wastes half an hour of my life for no reason. Basic was not gonna give me the ult. The more I play, the more I dread it. Yeah, like yesterday, I was on TikTok, and some person posted yesterday, by the way, like during the first day of Tribbie's release, that they already hit level 16 Divergent Universe. It's like, what the fuck? Like, are we serious? Oh my god, man, it just disconnects by itself over and over again. It's so frustrating. Oh, I should have healed. I actually should have. Oh. All of that because my keyboard fucking froze. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Dino chicken nuggets. That's what I think of the drama. Dino chicken nuggets. Yeah, 60 in one day is diabolical. Are we serious? Oh, that's nice. I talked about it a while ago, Celestial. Like when Herda was first releasing, it was like my main argument of her being better than Aglaya is that her performance without a best in slot team is way better than Aglaya without a best in slot team. If I had the Herda for Rob, I'd already be able to clear most endgame. Which is like unfortunate, but I don't want to pull Herda after I already have Herda on another account. Anoxa isn't performing that well in beta testing? Yeah, I know. They'll probably make him better. I think his buffs to the team are not really all that. Apparently, he only gets his 140% crit damage buff when he's the only air addition on the team. So if you run him as a sub DPS with like the Herda, he doesn't actually get the 140% crit damage. So, like, I don't understand why this guy is somehow worse than Jade. Unless it's like a single target scenario. I don't know what they were thinking. He'll probably get fixed in the V3 though. If I had to guess, better team buffs and just better overall damage. People are out there like, oh my god, Anoxa's absolutely crazy. You can run him as hyper carry while running like E1S1 Sunday, E1S1 Robin, plus another Harmony, plus Anoxa with his Lycone. Like, you know, literally Yang Ching. I'm pretty sure there's a 0 cycle of Yang Ching at that exact same cost with the same supports. It doesn't mean anything if you need that much cost. Oh wait, I should have hit this TV. I'm blind. Oh, I thought that would have been enough. Yeah, I'm pulling casters. I'm not pulling castress Eidolons anymore because I got way too unlucky with Triby. Hey person. Let's keep bullying Anoxa so they make him strong enough to be a main DPS. I mean, that's the only way it makes sense. Like, if you really think about it, like, the team buffs Anoxa gives are probably worse than Herda's 80% crit damage buff. So if you have another erudition on the team. And it's like, why is a main DPS, have better buffing capabilities to a team than the sub DPS? Like, what? Like, what am I seeing right now? I'd love it if they made Anoxa like a main DPS hyper carry, because then I could literally pull Anoxa after Casterus, use him with my E1S1 Robin, and like I'd be fine with that, because I like Anoxa's design quite a bit. I don't listen to story, William, like at all. I'm not gonna talk about it. It's 100% better paced. There's more cutscenes and there's less filler dialogue with less black screen and white text. But like, I'm just not a guy to go to for story stuff. Is Triby worth the pull for casters? No. Unless you don't have Sunday. You can just run Sunday plus RMC. I'm pretty sure it clears the exact same. Like, how is it not over yet, man? Don't hit my Herda. Don't hit my Herda. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. Gallagher's relic quality is too low. He has no fucking speed. He can't heal anyone. Holy fuck. I need the weekly boss mats to reset so I can actually level up my Tribby's things. I was gonna do it for Himiko, but like I kind of realized this shit is garbage. Like I'd rather just not waste a boss mat on this. And like this, because I have to do Triby. I have to do Triby. I have to do RMC. I have to do Serval because I'm probably going to use this girl against the Legion boss. Like... Is it worth to go for E1 Triby or just skip? I don't care about Castris. I mean, guys, you can't ask me these questions when I have zero clue of your future polling plans or who you want, right? Because it's completely possible, like, let's say Phanon. Phanon is supposed to get a best in slot teammate in 3.5. So, who knows? Maybe he can use Robin. Oh, right? But if we're talking about current value, E1 Triby is the strongest Harmony in the game. If that's all you want to know, that's all you need to know, right? E1 Triby is the highest value Harmony, or just straight up character, in the entirety of the game. There is no one better than her, at all. Not even E1 Robin. So, you make your own polling decisions off that. You know, maybe a Harmony in the future or a support is better than her, who knows? But that's just speculation. I can't see into the future, you know what I'm saying? I pulled Triby for Castris because I want to get E1 Triby. Because Castris' Dragon, which is her main damage output, the enhanced skill for the Dragon, is pure AoE. There isn't like any favoritism towards a main target. It is pure AoE. Meaning you get the highest value out of E1 Triby compared to, I think, like any other character in the entirety of the game. Like, you get the straight up 120% true damage increase on a single target, highest HP mob, when there's 5 mobs on field with E1 Triby and casters. That's why I'm going for E1 Triby. Does anyone know that if I do this, will it clear all of the earlier ones? Actually, I can just test this out now anyways. Anoxa plans have changed perhaps? What do you mean? I'm still pulling Anoxa, it's just on my main account. On Rob, I'm not pulling for Anoxa or the Herda. But on my main account, yeah, I'm pulling Triby for Herda. Won't the bosses have higher resistances to counter that? What do you mean, E1 Triby? I mean, if a boss gets higher resistance to the point that E1 Triby is ass, then that would mean that every other Harmony in the game is even more fucked than Triby is. So... Still pulling Castris even with the global passive issue. What? How does that affect me in the slightest? Like, I literally made this account. I made this account just so I could pull Castris. I didn't sleep for 5 days doing the story. I am pulling Castris no matter what. Like, people need to understand, right? If they're going to implement that global passive, and that means that I'm not supposed to pull for anyone anymore, then that just means that technically everyone should just quit the game. Because if that goes through beta, Castris isn't the only one getting the global passive. Phanon is getting it, Cyrene is getting it, future story characters are getting it as well. Screw them, whoever the fuck, right? Like, I'm not gonna stop playing the game because they added a global passive to Castris or whatever. Like, it doesn't affect me that much. It's greedy. It adds FOMO. It's one of the most predatory practices I've ever seen in my life. But, like, who gives a shit if the newest character gives a 12% attack buff globally? I'll still fucking skip them if I don't like them. Actually, I should have gone for the other one. Did I just miss the one guy who isn't Fire Week? A lot of people are apparently skipping her, dropping the game altogether if it goes live. I mean, that's cool, but like, I'm just not doing that. Like, I already did this with ZZZ. I couldn't fucking stand ZZZ, so I quit it. But like, this isn't like anywhere near the same issue, although it is pretty bad. Like, I'm not gonna pretend it isn't. Probably the worst thing they've done. But like, I just don't care enough to quit the game. I don't think it'll make that big of a difference. At least in the near future. Like, I can understand other people who, like, don't watch leaks, didn't plan for Castris, didn't make a second account just to pull her. But, like, I've already invested way too much into this account, man. I put money in it. I put many sleepless nights. This account is over a month old. The only reason I did it was for Castris. I'm just not skipping. Sunk cost? It's not even sunk cost. It's like, outside of sunk cost, I'd still pull Castris. It doesn't matter. Like, either way, I'm still pulling her, bro. Even if I didn't make this second account, I probably would have just fucking YOLO'd it, used my E1S1 May with Castris plus RMC, and then like Gallagher or some shit, or Lingshot, right? Like, I literally probably would have just done that on my main account if I didn't make this one. I mean, the thing is crowing, right? Here's the thing. Right now, it isn't bad, right? I absolutely do think they should get rid of it. But like, for the first few characters, you're really not going to be losing out on all that much. If this actually goes through to live, and like, we get to the point where passives on certain characters are like needed on your account to clear endgame, I am quitting the game, right? Like, if that truly happens, if it ever gets to that point, I am fucking done with this game. I'll go to like Wua or some other shit, right? Because that's when it gets really diabolical. Castris isn't OP, it's just a trace. She's the first character with a global passive in the game. I probably should have done the other thing earlier, but whatever. There we go. I want a new equation. World. What do you think of my Castris team? Castris, RMC, Bronya, and Gallagher. Why Bronya? I don't think Bronya works all too well with Castris, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have Sunday. Are you not gonna pull Triby either? Oh shit. Fuck it. That was not worth it at all. Holy shit. Bronya would work fine though. She can choose who to advance. The problem with Bronya is her buffs literally go away damn near instantly. And what's it called? She's skill point negative, which means Gallagher probably won't be able to overheal on like Castris as often. And she has a lot of attack buffs in her kit that are kind of useless. It'll work fine. I mean, sure, for now, man. For now. For now. Yeah. But the second the endgame stops shilling Castris, completely different story. I will say, if you pull Hyacine, I do think Hyacine will be best in slot with Castris. Like, it's going to be between her and Sunday, but, like, she's going to synergize really well with Sunday. So I do think if you just pull Hyacine, your Castris will probably be fine. Are we serious? E2 Castris K70. Why would you go for both? What? Why do you want to go for both for some reason? I mean, they have some synergy, but like it's just not a best in slot team. There's like 4 or 5 teams better than my day with Castris. Yeah, E2S1 is the better call. The problem with my day, I'm not gonna lie, you really want Triby if you're gonna run a dual like my day plus Castris team. Like you really want Triby to make that work. And then the actual issue with my day is there is no hyper carry action advancer on the team. And this leads to like when you do the duo DPS team, it would literally just be better to give Castris hyper carry buffs and the action advance to drain team HP to get her ult faster than use My Day. Because My Day doesn't drain anywhere near as much HP as Castris does, since Castris does the entire team. Yeah, outside of the fact that it's three characters back to back as well. Yeah. Hello, Abe. Uh, okay, can we be honest? I fucking hate this new harmony path in DU. Like, this is more of a nitpick, right? But like, why is this a harmony path? This is literally just break path. Like at this point, just make break a path. Like, what the fuck is this? It's for break. That's the point. Then why is it harmony? That's the problem. There isn't a single harmony in the game that could actually take advantage of break damage. Like, is this like foreshadowing that we're gonna end up getting like a break harmony in the future that is just targeted towards the break characters or some shit? Because if not, it's like it's a complete fucking waste. Ruan main HMC? I mean, I guess, but like, they don't do any damage is the problem. Like, it's a harmony path and all it does is buff break damage. Like, it'd make more sense if it like just, I don't know, like buffed like actual something instead of just break. It just doesn't make sense. Like harmony should literally be like universal buffs or like making a harmony do DPS or some shit. Not like increase break, increase break, increase. Most of the harmonies in this game aren't break related. It doesn't make any sense. Remembrance is an exception because we didn't get Remembrance path characters till now. So it was like, since the beginning of the game, we just assumed Remembrance is mainly the freezing path. And like, if we ever got future characters, they'd like freeze and shit. But every other path, like, it makes sense. Like, Elation does follow up. What's it called? Hunt is obviously Hunt. It just gives you critical boost, attack boost, action advance, all that. Like, everything makes sense. Increase ult damage. Yeah, I fucking hate Divergent Universe, man. Oh my god. I'd literally pay like $50 if I could just like, I don't know, like skip domains, go all the way to like 12. with previous, like, randomly generated blessings. It would save me so much fucking time. Here we go. Summon this, ult. I already missed insight mode. Did they get rid of it? Oh fuck. I thought they still had it. I can probably already kill anyways. Store. Literally anything to make me skip all the way to the end, please. Curio store. I'll buy all of these because I don't have any of them. Actually, let me get one more. Just buy the Neric shards monthly and don't do Divergent then. I haven't done the math, but I don't think Divergent gives anywhere near $50 worth of jades per month. When minion, I'm doing this because I have to get E1 Triby, and I lost a 50-50, and I'm currently at under 20 pity. And the only way for me to get enough pulls in time is to fully complete Divergent Universe within the 20 days. And by the way, a new Divergent Universe release gives more than 20 pulls. So I don't know how much that is, but I'm pretty sure that is around $50 actually. I actually think that is exactly $50. Oh, I can't check right now. Actually, can I? So you get 3,500 jades from this Divergent Universe. So that is more than $50. No, it is $50, yeah. So it's a little over $50. You actually don't even get enough unless it's your first time buy. Why you have to get E1 Triby though? I think I'm gonna make a video at this point because, like, oh my god, Castrus's dragon is one of the few attacks in the game that is pure AoE, meaning she is one of the few DPS units in the entirety of the game who can take full advantage of Tribbie's E1. So, if there's 5 targets on field, she will do 120% more damage to the boss. If there's even just 2 or 3 other targets on field, it is still better than Robin's E1 or even Sunday's E1, which gives 40% defense shred to the dragon. So, that is why I am trying to get E1 Tribbie, is because it's literally better than pulling like a Castrus Lycone or a Castrus Eidolon. Feels like Sparkle all over yet. It's not even close to comparable. Sparkle's Eidolons were always mid as shit. And, I mean, you could say it's similar in, like, the Lycone, but, like, she's a team buffer, significantly more universal than Sparkle ever was. She actually is, like, better than the previous Harmony compared to Sparkle, who was actually, like, still worse than Ruan Mei in most cases. It's, like, it's a completely different thing other than that they're Quantum. That's basically it. Yeah, I'm going for E1 Tribbie, guys. Yeah. It may or may not be in the title. I'm not sure. I might have forgotten to put it in or something. Whoops. Anybody know how many pulls we will get in 3.2? It's like 20 more pulls than normal. So probably like 120 or 130.
In the mood for another beating? Nice, like my friend. Indulge yourself!
You won't get away.
Achoo!
Time for an overhaul.
You guys should hold off of talking about like, oh, I should pull E1 Tribbie instead of E2 Castrus until V3 hits at the minimum. Because Tribbie's banner should still be around V3. And that's usually when they get Eidolon changes, kit changes, everything. I'm so happy for you, Eltrox. Yay! I'm depressed. Yeah, investing in a support is always better. Like, if you look at Tribbie, at E1, she could probably even be a best in slot for Phanon. Or, like, good for the future Dot. Or for future Cyrene. Like, E1 Tribbie is just that nice. You always get more value out of putting shit in for a Harmony. Like, even Sparkle, who is basically, like, the worst limited Harmony in the game, still get a lot of value. It's just that she's not as good anymore. Are you serious? 1%?
Indulge yourself!
You won't get away.
Indulge yourself!
Perhaps you still don't know.
Yeah, I'm assuming the new Herda Shop Lycone is gonna be for Hyacine. Most likely. Heislands won't be a support.
It's time for some rest.
Get some more jades. Get some more jades. You love to see that. Synchronicity points. Very important here. Titan Odes. Does this even do... Does this give you anything? Like, what is the point of it? Oh. 2% ally defense. Wow. Absolutely. Oh, 2% effect res? Oh my goodness, you're spoiling me. Wow. That's gonna change everything. Yeah, Tribbie's the only harmony we're getting, supposedly, to the leakers. However, we are supposed to be getting like another Remembrance support similar to RMC in 3.5 after Phenon's release. Um, Tribbie doesn't even action advance at all. I don't see how she could be more general than Robin and stuff. I'm gonna be honest. People are way too blinded by action advance. Guys, I have to be real with you. This isn't 2.x anymore. Okay? You don't need a Harmony who action advances when that said Harmony does 100k follow-ups every time an ally ults, gives you 30% vulnerability and 24% res pen, while also doing additional quantum damage to the highest HP mob on field. Like, action advance, it just doesn't matter. It's harder to get Robin's ult up consistently without her light cone, which Tribbie has zero problems with. And Tribbie's res pen is literally Robin's E1. And she's way more general of a buffer for every single type of damage in this game, while any non-attack scalers lose out a lot on buffs wise when you're using a Robin instead of Tribbie. She's just the better overall harmony, better uptime, less expensive on like needing the Lycone for better ult uptime. Robin's E1 is in her base kit. It's like, you know what I'm saying? She does more damage too. RMC can only action advance summon or character, but the buff applies to both the summon and the character. So that's how RMC works. I found that out myself a little bit ago. I didn't know about that either. Yeah, that's also the thing. Triby is like very up there. Like not as good as HMC, but very up there when it comes to like ult spamming for DDD. So if you don't pull her light cone and you use like an S3, S4, S5 DDD, and you actually have her on like maybe high speed or whatever to regen more energy, like she gets a lot of action advance, like quite a lot if I'm being honest. The higher the relic investment you go with her, the more action advance you can get for your team with her on DDD.
These targets will make for good practice.
What would be the point of Heislands being a dot DPS? We already have 2 of those and they suck because no support. Why throw in a 3rd DPS and an archetype that sucks because there's no support? Because minion, she's gonna be both. Leakers have said she is both Kafka and Black Swan's kits in one, with likely higher multipliers when she releases, meaning it would just be way better to give her supports, run her as hyper carry, give her action advance supports so that she can spam detonate and spam whatever else. Like that is what it's seeming like right now. Like, people need to understand, until Kafka and Black Swan actually get that old unit buff, they probably will not be worth putting next to a Heislands at all. Like, they will likely just be completely inferior to a hyper carry Heislands. That would suck for old dot mains. I mean, what are you gonna do about it? Like, well, like, I mean, I guess it's like the players' hopes that they got a support, but like that's just not how it's gonna go. Like, look at Blade. Blade never got an HP support, but we got 2 new HP main DPSs. You know, like they don't have any issue replacing old characters that didn't get any supports.
The audience is waiting.
Doors echo.
Ready to lose your you can fight it or rock with it.
Yeah, exactly. They just don't care. Now, what could happen is they buff Kafka and Black Swan, or they rerun Kafka and Black Swan like 2 patches before Heislands, or some shit. I don't know. Maybe they do that. And then they release Heislands on like 3.5 and she completely shits on them. I don't know. Blade mains only invested in Blade. Dot mains got baited into investing on Kafka and Black Swan. It's double as bad. Not really. I mean, I guess, but like Dot also lasted longer than Blade did for the most part. Unless you include like Jade plus Blade. But at that point, Blade is the actual sub DPS and Jade is the main DPS. Like, they just don't care, man. I really don't know what to tell you or what you want to hear from me, but like they just don't care. Like, they will very easily release someone who can do both Kafka and Black Swan's job and make them hyper carry to sell like more Harmony supports or more Remembrance supports. Like, this game just is that scummy. They just don't care. I mean, we literally have it in here. Like, Heisland, like, one of her DU buffs, she will be a physical dot bleed character. Almost 100%. It's basically confirmed because of her buffs. So she will be a physical dot bleed DPS, which, by the way, bleed scales off of enemy HP and not on, like, any type of multipliers from your own damage. Right? So, this would just completely power creep Kafka and Black Swan. Bleed is just way too strong.
With it. This song's for you. Let's rock.
You could still use Black Swan. I just can't imagine it being any better than giving her more action advance with a Harmony. I just can't imagine that. Like, people keep saying this, but, like, just no. I'm gonna be honest, just no. Unless they, like, purposely rework her kit to want Black Swan or something.
Ready, big crowd? Eat up.
Yeah, like, E1S1, sure, maybe, but, like, if we're talking E0S0, like, Robin or Sunday or even, like, RMC, like, running Hyper Carry with Icelands would probably just be better. Like, people need to keep in mind, the future dot unit will not be like the current dot unit, right? They aren't going to be a Kafka hitting like 200 to 300k on ult, like 100k with the skill. They aren't going to be this week. They are going to be dishing out, likely because she came after Castris and after Phanon, similar damage numbers to the two of them, right? Maybe not stronger, probably maybe slightly weaker because she's not as important, but like this is completely different. We're talking about like a 1.x dot main DPS versus a 3.x dot main DPS.
Ready to lose your view and fight it? Or run with it?
Plus, I think in the first place, it's honestly way better if she doesn't need Kafka and Black Swan in her best in slot team, because that makes Dot way more accessible to most people who didn't pull on already power crept units, right? Like, you just pull a Heistlands, you run her hyper carry, and that is the strongest Dot team in the game. You don't need Kafka or Black Swan, right? Like, I'm fine with Kafka and Black Swan being like a side option, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Castris, her best in slot team is not alongside with My Day. However, it is a viable team that does work, and the higher in the investment you go, the better it becomes, right? So, I would actually rather them not use Kafka and Black Swan.
Dangerous spot. Harmony and unity. Stars echo.
From a business standpoint, yes, the dot main's rage quit, though. I say this as a dot main. I say this as a once dot main on my main account with the full premium team, E1S1 May, Huo, Kafka, and Black Swan. I would be completely fine if Heistlands doesn't need both of them. Like, I guess it's just like subjective. Like, maybe you want to keep using your older dog characters, but I'm honestly completely fine with it personally. What are you talking about, Asil? I'm not vouching for power creep and insane damage numbers. Does it look like I'm pulling this shit out of my ass and like Hoyo has never done this before? Like, if you were to just look at Acheron and then Firefly, who is as strong as Acheron, and then Fei Xiao, who's stronger than both, and then Herda, who's stronger than all of them, and then Aglaya, who's stronger than a best in slot team, and then Castris, who's now the strongest DPS in the game. What? Like, guys, an E6 S1 Blade loses to an E0 My Day. E6 Jing Liu loses to an Acheron and the Herda by like a mile in their best in slot teams. Like, it's right there. It's right there. You know what I'm saying?
isn't over.
I hope burnout is strength of harmony and unity.
Ready to lose your fucking fighting? Or rock with it.
What is your opinion on the unique skill of Castris? At the moment, I think it's such a cheat. I think it should be removed 100%. I don't think it should. Oh my god. Someone save me, man. Someone release a break effect HP scaling DPS, please. Just for me. Just for me. Oh my god. Reroll main stat when? Bro. I need that shit in my life so bad. Like, I'm not even trolling. I would much rather being able to change the main stat than change substats. Because I think, like, very, very often, most people get, like, a double crit of a main stat that they just can't fucking use. Or that's mostly useless. It would just be way, way better. Power creep at this point is so stupid. A $3,000 buy should get never power creep. Yeah, that's why I made my video on vertical investment is ass, and people hated on me for it. Now I did say there were exceptions, like maybe you put one Eidolon into E1 Robin, or one Eidolon into like E1 Triby, or one Eidolon into Sunday if you're doing it on like Casters or something, right? But like for DPS units in specific and sub DPS units, vertical investment is complete shit. Like, you spend $2,000 on a character just for them to be power crept within a year. A year and a half, a new E0 character is as strong as your old E6 one that you dropped like half a month's rent on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Songs for you.
In the mood for another
Of course, there's also the thing of if you get lucky, right? Like the reason I went for E1 S1 Robin on Rob was because I got the light cone in 110 pull. And I got 2 5-stars in 110 pull. Albeit, I did lose a 50-50 on one of those 5 stars. But because of it, I was able to get Robin, right? So... No, yeah, exactly, Matt. Like, almost all of the people who are trying to, like, disagree with me in my vertical investment video of, like, vertical investment is bad and horizontal is better, they're like, oh, your E0 units get power craft in a month and a half, but my E2 Yun Li is gonna fucking last me. That's gonna give me insane account value, right? E2 Yun Li is gonna carry my account while you peasants keep rolling for E0s. Keep in mind, I'm pretty sure an E0 Herda is stronger than E2 Yun Li already. Yun Li, I don't even think is half a year old, and she's already been power crept by E0s. Are we serious here? Are we serious? Not the Yun Li guy again. It's just like such a perfect example, right? Like it's such a perfect example of like I'm feels crafting, right? Like literally arguing with just their emotions and not the actual facts. Because an E0 My Day with like his best in slot team will likely perform better than a Yun Li. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's already multiple videos on that on YouTube, and it's like you either just accept it and don't care or just don't lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie to people. Oh my god, guys. E2 Yun Li, this is a must pull. Skip 2 to 3 patches straight. Fuck the harmonies. Fuck Tribbie. Fuck My Day. Yun Lee is on the banner, and that's going to get you the most value out of your pulls. Don't be like these peasants with their E0s that get power crept within one patch, and instead invest intelligently in the greatest DPS to ever touch the game, aka Clara Pro Max. If you had to choose for Herda and E1 Triby, E1 Triby. More universal, can just slot in for future DPSs. Oh, so if you did do this, it did do all the previous ones. Okay. I wish I knew that before. I kind of wasted time on this first one. E1 Triby Tactician, E1 Triby. E1 Triby, I've already seen a video on it. When there's like 5 targets on field, like against the Reaver boss, right? The 3.1 Reaver boss, which is going to be in the next MOC. E1 Triby increases Herda's single target damage to the boss by over double. So like, I saw a video, like without E1 Triby, with E0, they did like 14 to 15% of Flame Reaver's health bar. And then with E1 Triby, they did over 30%. If you don't play Dill with E2, you are unrelatable. I mean, in fairness, he did have, I think, 2 reruns now, but yeah. How good is Castris looking? She's looking good. They're very clearly nerfing her ceiling right now. And by this, I mean, she very clearly does not have a best-in-slot sustain in this game at all. There just isn't a single sustain that can actually keep up with her. Unless you're purposely slowing her down, which obviously makes her damage output like less overall compared to if she did have a sustain who could just have the entire team healed at all times. So, I think right now, she is probably weaker than a best-in-slot Herda team and a best-in-slot Aglaia team. However, I genuinely do think this, the second Hyacine releases, it'll be a blowout. This is just my opinion. I think it will be a blowout because if you watch any videos of Castris, when she actually does have a like full HP on the team and she takes a turn, she does like nearly 1 million. Like she does like 1 million the second she gets like actual full potential on her damage in a single turn. So in the future, when you get like a Hyacine plus Sunday combo and the action advance is actually able to be like used while having the team healed up well, I do think that'll completely break the fucking game. This is kind of similar to Acheron and Jiaoqiu. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. It is very similar to like how Acheron used to be stronger than everyone else, but she wasn't exponentially stronger. And then Jiaoqiu released and made her ult generation twice as fast. Literally the exact same shit is going to happen with Hyacine. I think Phenon will be Castris' level. I've already said it before, but when it comes to like really important story characters, like for example Penacony, the main characters were Firefly and Acheron, so they were a similar performance level. I think Phenon and Castris are kinda the main characters currently, right? However, Amphorius is a bit of an exception because Amphorius is the first planet that is going to last an entire version. So there's actually 3 main characters. So there's Castris, there's Phenon, and then there's probably going to be Cyrene near the end of Amphorius. Which, if you think about it, it's pretty well placed, right? Like, you have Castris in 3.2, Phanon in 3.4, and then Cyrene in like 3.6 or 3.7. Like, they're very clearly doing it on purpose. New March, no. I don't consider people like this necessarily the main character. It's like saying HMC is the main character of Penacony. Like, obviously he is. However, we're mostly talking about, like, other prevalent characters outside of, like, the main cast. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, that would be Phanon, Casterus, and Cyrene. Physical destruction. According to leakers, physical destruction for Phanon. So, we had Clara Pro Max. We might end up getting Yun Li Pro Max. Who knows? We'll see what Hoyo does. I doubt it, Haru. I don't think so. I don't know, though. There aren't any leaks on, like, what exactly Phanon does. Other than, like, something about, like, turn frequency or something. Like, he can intercept and give himself turns or some shit, if I remember correctly. Don't remember how exactly that works, though. No, I agree, little guy. I've already said it. They can give Phanon literally any playstyle or any like type of archetype of damage. I just don't want him to be another fucking counter. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. Fuck the counter DPSs. Like, I'm personally not really much of a fan of them. Personally, I would much rather Phanon have like maybe his own unique mechanic, which is seeming to be the case. It is seeming that Phanon will be the first limited character to take advantage of the day and night cycle, which is actually in this Divergent Universe right now. Apparently that is supposed to be like something in his actual kit. Yeah, counter is a little reliant on bosses. Like, Yun Li against Nikador, or like the Legion boss. Like, not the best, right? Because he barely takes any fucking turns. But, Yun Li against Hule, oh fuck yeah. Right? Like, Yun Li against Hule, or like True Sting, or like any of those guys that attack very frequently, it's basically free beans. There aren't really any leaks on Dark March, no. Not currently. Pretty much the entire Honkai Star Rail leak Reddit lately is obviously just like Casterus and Anoxa showcases. I haven't seen much on like future characters, and that's normal, right? We usually don't start getting information on like, let's say the 3.3 characters like Hyacine until like later into 3.1 usually. Like, that's when we usually get, like, oh, she might be max HP scaling similar to Gastris. She might give this to teammates. She might have the best healing in the game. Like, that's usually when we get the subtle hints. And then near the end of the patch is when we actually get, like, very, very close to the full kit. You know when the exact patch she will be playable? Dark March? No. I don't know. Nobody knows. By the way, there's still a chance Phanon releases in 3.3, by the way. Like I said 3.4 because that's the safer estimate because that's what people have been saying for a while now. But it's either Phanon or Cypher in 3.3. And if Cypher's in 3.4, then that means Phanon is in 3.3. But I don't think they do that. I do think Phanon is going to be in 3.4. It's going to be like a Firefly Acheron situation where they're 2 patches apart. What do you think about Anoxa so far? He's nothing crazy. He needs some buffs.
May song bring us victory.
I don't think Anoxa's a must pull currently, but keep in mind V3 isn't out, so do keep that in mind. Please be careful when looking at leaks because changes every week. If you guys would have liked to, if you guys saw the glow up Herda got from V1 to V3, that's exactly why I'm always like skeptical on that shit. Herda used to be fucking shit in her V1 and V2. She was really like only a pure fiction bot like Jade.
I'll be taking point.
Now that's a hot take. No, it isn't. V1 Herda was like really ass. Like it was arguable if she was even top 5 in MOC. She 100% wasn't top 5 in APOC. However, she was top 1 in pure fiction. It was like she was worse than the 2.x. It was like my day V1 kinda. However, like my day was just straight up worse than like a lot of other DPSs all around. At least Herda and V1 had pure fiction still. Yeah, I already saw it, Haru. Oh, Anoxa? I don't think that's a hot take though. Like that either, to be honest. The problem with Anoxa right now, he straight up just has worse damage than Jade. And his buffs to the team are literally worse than the main DPS, the Herda, buffs to the team. So it's like, I'm pretty sure he also doesn't get his 140% crit damage buff unless you run him hyper carry. Which is like most people aren't going to run Anoxa hyper carry because once again, he has sub DPS damage numbers. It's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with this kit right now, but they need to put his 140% crit damage buff even when he's a sub DPS on the team. Otherwise, like, I just don't know what the fuck they're doing. Jade is just better. Like, straight up, Jade is just better.
Shall begin.
People are glazing him so much, no way he's ass. The glaze mostly comes from his weakness, Implant. And the fact that he does more damage to a single target on field, or like 2 targets, because he is bounce. He isn't full AoE, right? So, if there's only 1 mob on field, like, let's say there's 5 mobs on field, and he does 300k on an enhanced skill. He's still going to do 300k on if there's only 1 mob on field, right? He'll do the same damage. So, in certain case scenarios where there's only like 1 or 2 mobs on field, he technically does more damage than Jade. But it's like, Jade is way better because Jade has these follow-ups and like she can support and increase other erudition speed when, what's it called? Like with multiple characters in the game, right? Anoxa is more like they don't know what to do with him. He feels like half his kit feels like he wants to be a hyper carry. The other half feels like a half-ass sub DPS. Like it's really weird. Yeah, Jade is as well SP positive and he isn't. Which is actually like a very big deal for the Herda team, especially if you don't have her Lycone. I mean, Soren. It does, like, Soren. All he does is put a weakness implant. Like, you can just use Jade as my point, though. Jade is literally just better. Like, it doesn't matter about his viability in any APOC when you can likely get, like, elemental coverage on almost anyone in APOC anyways, right? And APOC bosses usually have a workaround way to break their toughness bar if you're not able to cover the weakness through, like, ads near them, right? So, like, it just barely matters, man. Like, Jade is just straight up better. More SP positive, more universal with other DPSs, does follow-ups with more damage. It's like... like, are we serious? I mean, you can go for it, Andre, but, like, currently in V1, he is barely an upgrade. Like, I just wouldn't recommend anyone actually pull for him for the Herda, unless he actually gets a significant buff, which I am confident he will get in the V3. I am confident in that. Like, I want people to keep in mind, there's a video, I think, what's it called? There's a video on the Legion boss with Hypercarry and Anoxa using E1S1 Robin and Sunday and Tribbie, I think. And he got like a 0 cycle, right? And that's fine. But it's like 7 cost. By the way, Serval could do that exact same shit on the Legion boss at lower cost. Like, it's not... His Hypercarry capabilities are not impressive. And he gives like a measly, like, barely any damage boost at all as a sub DPS as well.
May song bring us victory.
Yeah, this is Rob.
Stars echo.
I mean, Axe should be happy. I think the only thing Axe didn't like about Anoxa was that it was seeming like he might be the Jiao to the Herda. However, if he's like a lot more general like he is right now, I think Axe would probably be fine with it. I mean, yeah, the performance wouldn't be the greatest if he got through with his V1 kit, but he's still like a pretty general character in my opinion. 100% best in slot with the Herda, but... Oh wait, you're talking about Anoxa, I think. Not actual, like, Axa YouTuber. Oh. My bad. Oh, my bad. He would not get a nerf, though. I don't see that happening at all. There's no way in any world Anoxa gets nerfed. Makes 0 sense. Not really, Blad. No, not really. I'm gonna be honest, not really. It's decent, but like it's just not that. Not really. He needs higher damage multipliers to actually make it better. Just doesn't do enough damage. Even with like very premium supports, like you can give him like a 7 cost team, he's still dishing out less damage than an Aglea by a mile. It's like not the greatest in my opinion. He is not so good as a DPS, guys. Please. Let's stop lying, man. Let's please stop lying. Oh my god. Let me be the Lulu. I understand it, but that shit is not all that. Ironically, Anoxa was the one being glazed when we only had kit info, and Castris was the one being doom posted, and now it's the opposite. This just goes to show why I don't give a shit about watching videos on like early kits without ever actually watching a character actually play in game. I haven't watched an actual video on like kit and not in-game gameplay in so fucking long, because it's almost always completely different when it comes to the actual gameplay.
I hope we're still together. A song brings
Like on paper, Anoxa looked like the most broken character in the entirety of the game.
I have something for you. Seems to everyone conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Storm's Echo.
Didn't have the damage multipliers to know Anoxa was hitting like a wet noodle. Yeah. Like, that's really the only issue he has right now, by the way. What I need them to do, let him have his 140% crit damage buff alongside another erudition. So you can do, like, Herda plus Anoxa, obviously, or, like, Jade plus Anoxa. Keep the crit damage buff. Keep the damage boost buff to other eruditions on the team. And also buff his multipliers. That's all they have to do. They don't have to buff his multipliers all that much if they make the crit damage buff I just mentioned. But it would still be nice to, I don't know, like 50% increase. Because he's honestly competing for Serval in terms of like hyper carry performance. Like, are we serious right now? Only go for easier. I would just stick with RMC and get a Noxa if you like another good erudition character. Are we talking about for Herda? Yeah, RMC is actually, I'm pretty sure RMC is actually better than Tribbie for the Herda in hyper carry situations at higher relic investment. Like, the thing is, it's just not worth pulling for an E0 Tribbie for Herda if you don't plan on running, like, Jade alongside Herda or Anoxa. If you're just running hyper carry Herda, E0 Tribbie is not needed in the slightest. Like, RMC, you just 100% put him there. He's skill point positive, gives you the true damage buff. It's just better. Saves you more Jades as well. Now, it's always the question, right? You could pull an E0 Tribbie and then pull the E1 on a rerun. If that is your plan, completely different story. But if we're talking about like current performance, E0 Tribbie versus in like a hyper carry Herda comp versus RMC, it's not really that much of a difference. It's not worth pulling on, in my opinion. Unless you already plan to pull for the E1 in the future. Wait, guys, you want to know something I just realized? What if Triby is a best in slot with Phanon? Because, like, Robin reran after 3 patches for Fei Xiao. Sunday is probably going to get reran either on Castris' patch or after. And 3.1 to 3.4 would mean that she's on Phanon's banner. Or after Phanon's banner alongside his other best in slot support, which is Ceridra or some shit. I hope he's attack scaling. I do as well. Because I have an E1S1 Robin. I don't know who the fuck I'm going to use her for when it comes to new DPSs. Like, I think the highest likelihood chance is probably Heisland's. because the dot team can, use a Robin very well. However, if I end up pulling like Phanon, like I hope it depends, right? If Phanon can't use Robin on Rob, like Rob's account, then I'll probably pull Phanon on my main account and then pull Heislands on this one. Whoever can take like better advantage of my Robin, I'll probably end up pulling on Rob. Watch how Heislands doesn't need AA and will need Tribbie. I don't think Tribbie will be best in slot with Heislands. I saw a video about this, but apparently the 30% damage vulnerability that Tribbie gives doesn't actually like always activate when dot activates. So like when the actual character is hitting, like the dot character is hitting and taking their turn, the 30% damage vulnerability works. But like when an enemy moves and the dot goes off, that doesn't actually take advantage of the vulnerability. So I don't think Tribbie would be best in slot with Heislands. Is Rob going to get Sunday? I skipped Robin and primarily focusing on Tribbie and Sunday. The original plan was to get an E0S0 Sunday and run it alongside E1 Tribbie with Hyacine. However, I have been pretty unlucky with my last pulls within the last few days. And unfortunately, it's seeming like I'm about to dump 220 pulls for an E1 Tribbie. So, after getting Castris, if I'm even able to get her, I will no longer have that new player account funds anymore. Meaning, I will probably skip Sunday. Unless he ends up being a best in slot for Phanon or some shit, and I'm somehow able to afford Phanon on this account and I get lucky, then I'll pull him maybe. But right now, I think I just run E1 Tribbie plus RMC instead of pulling for Sunday. Whoops. Yeah, Rob did get robbed, unfortunately.
You've got a lot of nerve.
I hope burnout is strength in the
In the mood for another beating? How's this taste?
Must have lied. Time for an overhaul. Perhaps your humanity conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Not me using Tribbie and Rappa's team and it's still good? No, I imagine it is. Like, that's the beautiful thing about Tribbie, is that she is just that universal of a buffer. And I imagine, do you have E1 Tribbie, Altrox? Because I imagine that E1 Tribbie would make an even bigger difference with Rappa because of the true damage stacking on the highest HP target. I imagine that could actually go pretty crazy. I haven't seen any videos on it though. Just an assumption. You could get the 5-star early, right? Even though you lost, it could have been worse. Are you on a 50-50? No, Tactician, the problem is, yes, it could have been worse, but it's still bad, is the problem. If I didn't get any earlies, and I went to soft pity every time, but won both 50-50s, that would only cost me like 160 pulls. But I got 2 earlies, but still lost both 50-50s. So now I have to dump an extra 60 to 70 pulls compared to if I just won the 50-50s. It's like, it's not really all that much better. I'm going to be completely honest. Only 0, but I'd love to get E1, but I'm saving a Castris. Understandable, understandable. There we go.
Burn away.
Shall begin. Take response. Harmony and unity.
Oh no, Haru. No clue. It's a possibility though.
Stars echo.
You have a guarantee right now? Yes, I do. It was on stream. I got an early Tribbie again at like 38 pity, but I lost it to Welt. And so now I'm at like 18 pity again. And yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
Time for an overhaul.
I'm doing like no damage to this guy. The blessings I've gotten are complete shit. But at the end of the day, this is a gotcha. Like, there's nothing I can do about it, though. Like, if I did win both of those 50-50s, by the way, it would have only cost me like 100 pulls for E1 Triby. But because I lose both, it's now 220.
You won't get away. I have something for you.
Nice, I got it last second. I think E1 Triby is going to be best in slot for Phanon, probably. Until a patch later once a Reed releases. But yeah, I think E1 Triby just absolutely stupid, man. It's legit just E1 Robin all over again. Whoops. Keyboard keeps disconnecting by itself. I can't take advantage of any of this. I mean, it just doesn't work like that, Tactician, unfortunately. Like, for most people it works like that, but, like, that's just not how RNG works. Like, at the same time, someone can lose 10 50-50s in a row, win one, and then lose 10 in a row again. And then someone else can win 10 in a row, lose one, and then win 10 in a row again. Like, in reality, it almost never evens out. For example, I lost 7 50-50s in a row on my main account. And then I won on Aventurine. And then after that, I lost on Sunday. And then I got a bit lucky with Herda. And I won 2 50-50s. So I lost like 8 50-50s within 2.x. Or at least late 2.x. And then I won 3, and then I've now lost 3 in a row again on Rob. So in total, I have like 11 50-50 losses in the last year compared to 3 wins. And it's like my luck isn't exactly changing for anything. Lost every single 50-50? That sucks, man. 3 in a row? No way. Yeah, Solus. I believe on my last, when I was going for my Robin's last Eidolon, like E1, I got Yang Ching and Robin in one 10 pull. But Yang Ching was first. So the second 5-star in that 10 pull used up the guarantee I had. And then after this, I lost to Tribbie twice recently. So Rob literally just turned a month old, and he already has 3 50-50 losses in a row. Let me use Robin. Are you gonna pull Triby on your main? Yes, I will try to. I don't know if I can, but I will 100% try to. It will average out given enough time. It just doesn't work like that, minion. It just won't. It just doesn't work like that. For some people it will, but once again, it's just RNG. Like, given enough time can literally mean like a decade, or 10 years, 20 years. Like, for most people, that just isn't gonna happen. Right? The law of averages doesn't work. It's not like a universal law. Yeah, it isn't, minion. Do you think real life has a pity system? Be honest. Do you think real life has a pity system where if you lose, you somehow are guaranteed to win the next one? 90% of people on this planet will likely not have an equal ratio of win and losses for 50-50s and gachas. Like, that just isn't how it works. Like, if you one day lose, like, actually, I'm not going to go into this, but literally, this is why gambling is so profitable. Like, it doesn't work like that, and that is why gambling is insanely profitable. Oh, I should have used Robin ult first. If you throw a coin 10 times, you might get 10 tails, but if you throw it 1,000 times, I guarantee you'll be very close to 50%. Yes, minion. But this, I am talking about subjective experience, right? You are using the statistics of, like, all humans on the planet. Like, if we were to look at all humans on the planet in this game's gacha, I believe the average 50-50 win rate is like around 50%, just like it says. However, there are subjective experiences where it will never even out for someone. Like, they are just that unlucky. The same way there are some people who have won the lottery 3 to 4 times in their lifetime, when most people would never even be able to win it once. Like, it doesn't even out for everyone. Whoa, your destination. Lottery doesn't work the same way because the odds are too infantile. It's the same thing, Minion. It's the same thing. Like, I'm not saying it's the exact numbers, but the example is the exact same thing. There are some people who will forever lose, and some people who will win way more than they lost in lifetime, and it'll never even out. It'll even out in a much larger pool of people, because then you have like thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of cases, right? But subjectively, for thousands of people in those hundreds of thousands, they will not have even luck, right? They will either win a lot more or a lot will lose a lot more. I literally had someone in my comments yesterday mentioning that they lost 10 50-50s in a row. It is almost impossible to get back to being even after that. It's not like after that they're going to win 10 50-50s in a row to make up for the 10 losses, right? In how RNG works is even if they lose 10 times in a row, it'll still be a 50-50 chance to win or lose. So they could continue losing on a streak or get one win and then continue losing again. Am I almost done with this shit, man? I am. Nice. This should get me to like level 10, I think. Once I level up my Triby, I'll actually take advantage of the harmony path thingy. But like right now I can't because my Triby has 0 damage relics on her. And I obviously have no one else who can take advantage of like if there's non-quantum weak enemies or some shit. Then they get in early. I'm gonna be honest, I'm done with this conversation, bro. Real life does not have a pity system. And I just want you to be aware that the entire reason why they added a pity system to the gacha banner, the weapon banner in Genshin, because technically, it evens out. It's 50-50. It evens out eventually, right? Until Tectone loses to the Staff of Homa 7 times in a row. Like, there's a reason pity exists in these gacha games. It's because a lot of people have really shitty subjective experiences where they just lose and lose and lose and they never win. It doesn't even out for a lot of people out there. Including me, by the way. This includes me.
I hope we're meant to strengthen the work. Still together. It's okay. May song bring us victory. Stars echo.
Perhaps humanity conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Genshin weapon banner is objectively bad, yeah. Like, for example, as well, right? I lost 2 75-25s in a row on the Lycombe banner for my old account.
I have something for you.
I lost 2 of them in a row. And that is a 75-25. Like,
I have something
Minion, just drop it, bro. You just don't understand. It doesn't matter how many times I talk about it.
I have something for you.
It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't always even out. It can even out, but it can even out by one person getting way luckier than a person who's incredibly unlucky, instead of just one person evening it out. It just doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
Seems humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I am no exception. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I am no exception.
Gabs, have you seen the new boss for 3.2? Like the most character show boss in the game? If you're talking about the dragon, I'm not even completely sure what it does for casters. All I know is that it does like an insane HP drain. I saw my day was already not doing too hot against that boss. So I'm assuming it's not just the HP drain, but like something else as well.
Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I am no exception.
I was trying to cheer you up, you know? I mean, I'm just not going to be cheered up by like non-truths is the problem. Like, I appreciate that if that's what you were really trying to do, One Minion. But like, the simple fact of the matter is, I'm fine and I understand that I can be completely unlucky and it won't even out. However, it hurts me more to be actually like hopeful, like, oh yeah, it'll even out 100%, and then I lose another 2 50-50s in a row like I did on my old account. You know, like it's better to not expect anything than actually expect something, because then my mood can't be ruined. Oh, I almost pressed basic attack by accident. Like, for example, when I first started playing gacha games, I was that hopeful kid, right? Sweet dreams, living in the vacation of paradise, right? I had the thought in my mind, it always evens out, right? Even in real life, I held this to like an actual standard when I was a kid. Everything evens out. Everything will work well in the end, right? No matter what, I will get what I deserve in life. It doesn't work like that most of the time, all right? Or maybe not most of the time, but some of the time. And I adapted the mindset to just, you know what? Whatever the fuck is thrown at me, you fucking deal with it, and you don't expect anything. That's basically how it works for me. Yeah, I played other gachas. My first gacha was Genshin. I quit it though, because I just got fucking sick of it. It was boring. Then I played HSR for a bit. I quit that as well. Then I played ZZZ. I quit that. Then I played Wuwa. I quit that. And then I came back to HSR now. So, yeah. That's the story of my life, guys. Don't give me depression. All good, man. All good, all good. My bad, my bad. Didn't mean to give you depression. ZZZ is so fun. I fucking despise the TVs. So I quit the game before they made the TV changes. And literally one of the only reasons that really kept me going on ZZZ for a bit was the fact that it had an uncapped FPS option. Because, like, I play games on, like, 140 FPS. My monitor is 140. My phone is 120. My iPad is 120. So playing games on 60 FPS, like, no joke, I'm not exaggerating, it hurts my eyes and it hurts my head having to, like, see it. Because I'm just way used to faster refresh rates. So that was one of the only things that kept me going on ZZZ for a bit. But eventually, it got to a point where like I was playing 3 gacha games in a row, and I had to get rid of one, and ZZZ was my least favorite one.
Time for an overhaul.
Step up, let's see ya.
Indulge yourselves. I love Gallagher, man. I hope they make a limited Gallagher so he can take his revenge on Lingshaw. You can set it to 120 in HSR2 with some trick? Yeah, I already did it, Will. I already did it. I already know how to do it. I already did it. So were you able to pull Tribbie on Rob, or am I tripping? No, I did pull Tribbie on Rob. Unfortunately, after an early 50-50 loss, which could have saved me a lot of Jades for Casterus and Hyacine. But 50-50 loss, used my guarantee on her, went to pity. Got another early 50-50 loss at around 40 pity. And it's seeming very likely that I'm going to have to fucking dump another, 70 to 80 pulls to soft pity to get her guaranteed. You didn't pull Tribbie on your main yet? Didn't have enough pulls. I didn't have enough pulls on my main. Because I dumped... Okay, so what happened was I would have had enough pulls to pull Tribbie on my main. But I decided, hey, I want to get at least one more DDD copy from this Lycomb banner. So I put in 50 pulls on the Lycomb banner. And I didn't get even one DDD. And I just stopped pulling on the Lycomb banner because any further would be stupid. I'm confused. Who is Rob? It's this account. It's my ult account. My main account is the one with like the Herda, Fei Xiao, like the E2S one Herda, Ling Sha, all that. This is Rob, my ult account. I believe Tribbie will be another mid support. I don't really think she's mid. I mean, if Tribbie becomes mid, Robin would probably become mid. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a, if one goes down, we all go down thing. And Ruan Mei would especially become mid outside of break teams if that were to happen. At least in pull value, she's mid. She has like the highest pull value of any character in the entirety of the game. That's like the one thing she actually has. Unless you already have like a fully built account. Then it's understandable, but like there isn't really a character with higher pull value. She only has one best team and you don't even need her? Yeah, but you can use this logic for anyone. Oh, I don't need Robin because I have fucking... I have, what's it called? Sunday and Sparkle on my teams. And I can just... all I need is one support on each team to actually clear endgame. You don't need Robin. Especially since Robin's attack, and there's a lot of characters in this game that don't use attack. Tribbie's damage applies to, like, everyone, or her buffs apply to everyone. And she has better damage than Robin. It's like... Not to mention the E1. Like, if you pull E0 Tribbie, that also allows you to get closer to the E1 on a rerun. That is a way better buff than every fucking else. Holy shit. 30% max HP increase. I believe Anoxa will be better for Herda. That is not looking like the case right now. But maybe in the future. In like V3 or something. So I got level 8 today. I think that's good enough. I think level 8 is fine. I could do like a little more off stream and get to like level 10 or something. Oh, I can finally get this. Nice. Okay, I can finally get this. I'm probably not going to pull for Hyacine's Lycone unless that shit is like an absolute godsend. So I'll probably use this instead and use it on RMC for now. What's wrong with V1 Anoxa? Weaker damage than Jade. And honestly, Jade's 30% speed buff, or 30 speed buff, is genuinely better than Anoxa's like pretty low damage boost increase for the team. And I believe his crit damage trace that increases his crit damage by 140% doesn't work if you have more than one erudition on the team. So the only way you're able to get the 140% crit damage is if you actually run him hyper carry. And his hyper carry damage is ass. Like, it is straight up ass. Like, his multipliers just aren't good enough for hyper carry. Oh, I forgot I got a Bailu Lycone. Damn, I have like no fucking XP for Lycones. God damn. I should probably start using it more on this. Honestly, he should stay that way. He should get like 10% more damage and that's it. I'm going to be honest, at this point, I'd rather them just make him a hyper carry DPS. I think I don't like the fact that he is this similar to Jade, right? Like, make them on the same level of value, but please make Anoxa like a hyper carry or something. Because then it'd be like, I feel like a lot more people would be willing to pull for him if he was like a hyper carry who's obviously pretty general, so he can use like basically all the supports in this game. Like, I genuinely prefer that over what he is right now. Like, the damage multipliers are too low to be a hyper carry, and the buffs he gives to the team are too low to really be like a decent sub DPS. Like, I genuinely think Jade is better unless you're in like a 1 to 2 target scenario on field. That's like the only time Anoxa does more damage because he's bounce. I'd rather him be hyper carry at this point. Like, don't make him power creep Jade as a sub DPS, just make him hyper carry. His gimmick is implant multiple weaknesses. Yeah, and he can keep like having that as his gimmick. Like, that's fine. I mean, in the first place, his implant weakness gimmick is not really like anything too crazy because he's not like Silverwolf who actually reduces the res. They all still have the exact same res to that element that he gives an implant weakness on. Just make it like a gimmick or something. I don't know. Like, I'd rather him do more damage and not be a sub DPS than what he is right now. Weakness implant is a broken mechanic. It's only like the only mode where his weakness implant would genuinely be like huge, right? Like a huge benefit is APOC. Like, that's probably the only one. MOC in Pure Fiction, he probably doesn't give a shit, to be honest. But APOC, I could 100% see it. Alright, guys. Let's do 5 polls for the stream. Let me show you guys my pity real quick. I think it's 18. I think it's 18. Yeah, it's 18. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. I mean, I guess. E1 Triby guaranteed, yep. But it's I'm probably gonna end up going to pity for it, is the unfortunate thing. Nothing. And the last one. The last one. Nothing. So that is... Did I use like... I think I used 5 or 6 polls, right? So I'm at like 23 or 24 pity now. And then tomorrow's a shop reset. Or like soon. Yeah. Tomorrow's shop reset. So tomorrow, 5 free passes and all that. We'll see how that goes. How do you know it's not a first 5 star so fast? The gold color on the ticket is brighter when it's a 4 star or less. When it's a 5 star, it becomes like very dull and dark. So this I can basically just tell from the color instantly if it's a 5 star or not. That detail is crazy, yeah. It's gonna take a while for me to get E6 4 stars on this account, but I can't wait till I do. Because getting like all 4 stars E6, like I will say, the one good thing about them not releasing 4 stars like basically ever is that if you just get like most 4 stars E6, you literally get a free pull back every time you pull one. And if you get lucky, like sometimes you get 2 or 3 characters in a 10 pull, like you get like a 20 to 30% refund. Like this is the good thing about my main account. My main account has almost every 4 star E6, so the amount of pulls they get per patch is actually like way higher than what we usually get. Like it's usually like 10 or 20 more. Cashback heaven, yep. HSR content creators became so sloppy. HSRCC ain't so sloppy, no point. They are risking their sponsorship for nuclear reactions. What are we talking about? Why most HSR... I mean, if you really think about it, almost nothing goes on in this game. So that's probably why most content creators talk about the exact same thing. Is there like any type of content you guys like don't like that you consider slop from content creators? You can include me in this, by the way, as well. However, I don't make money on videos, so I don't really care whether people think it's slop or not. This shit is just a hobby when I'm bored. Like, do you guys have like any like actual like opinions on that? Space feels so negative now and it feels so boring. I can see that. I do see a lot of negativity, including myself, right? Like, a lot of my videos lately have been decently negative on the game. However, I do try to mix it up a bit by, you know, giving you guys that Rob account update or something, where I'm just like talking about future character value and all that. Some are trying to be heroes. What do you mean by that? Like, the Gotcha Spack video, maybe? Where he's, like, calling men weak if they don't quit the game, if the casters thing goes through? Oh, drama. Do you mean like react people? Like people who like react to other people's content and give their opinion, and then like another person reacts, and then everyone is just reacting, and it just like becomes a cesspool. Thank you, Leorius. I appreciate that. Running in circles with Robin equals soft. I mean, it really is. I'm not gonna pretend it isn't. I will 100% say that if I were making money off of my videos, like I do feel like once I start monetizing my videos, I will probably start editing them a little more with background gameplay. I will do that because it does feel a little wrong that, you know, I am just letting you guys watch my Robin run a marathon in most of my videos, or my Fei Xiao, right? Whoever's up on the chopping block, you know, whoever needs to get those daily calories in, maybe they've been eating too much lately, that is usually the only thing you guys get in my videos. But if I do like end up monetizing my shit, I will put in gameplay for you guys. Still zero? What, Triby? Yes. I just put in like 5 or 6 polls for Triby, so no, we're now at like 23 or 24 pity. It's looking like I'm gonna have to go to soft pity again. So I'm gonna have to fully grind DU. The second the weekly boss mats reset, I am leveling the shit out of my Triby. And then I am going to probably spend 2 or 3 days farming a healer domain for my Lynx so that she can actually live and sustain. Um, and then I'll probably put in 1 or 2 weeks into Tribby's domain so that I can make her do just a little more damage, because Triby herself on like Poet set could literally fully carry me. Like 100% she could. If I get a half decent Poet set for Triby, I can use her to literally carry me through like the Legion boss, and then I can use my Robin plus RMC combo with like someone else, and that might be able to get me to nearly clear the entirety of the end game. I just need to level up Triby right now is the issue. Yeah, a zero Triby still good. Generally, there is no nuance whatever we are talking about. Whenever we are talking about how you being praetor or not. Yeah. Why'd you quit Wuwa? The thing is, I play Fortnite a lot, Tactician, and the problem with Fortnite is that is one of the most mechanically challenging games in like the entirety of this planet, if not the most, because you also need the mechanical skill, you need the game sense to obviously deal with map, chest loot is RNG, POIs, aim. You also need really good aim for surge and all that shit. So basically, Fortnite is like, it's the sweatiest game probably on the entire planet right now, and that is my main game. So at one point, I was playing Fortnite plus WUWA plus HSR, and it was like, I really don't feel like playing 3 games every day at once, right? Like I usually take a break from Fortnite quite often, right? But I don't want, like, the entire reason why I got into gacha games wasn't because I actually like necessarily really like the characters or really like the gameplay and content. It was because I wanted a very, very easy and convenient game that I could play when I got off of sweating my ass off on Fortnite. Because my burnout on Fortnite is quick. Like, whenever I stream Fortnite for you guys, I'm playing like Phil Creative, right? So I'm shitting on kids without an issue, so it doesn't burn me out. But when you actually see me play in game, when I'm playing like ranked or tournaments with my friends, I get burnt out insanely fast. Make a Fortnite video? I haven't made a Fortnite video, but I did use like Fortnite gameplay, I think, in one of my videos like a little bit ago. Like, I will say this: if HSR was my main gacha game, I don't think, or my main game, sorry. Like, if I quit Fortnite and this was my only main game, playing Wuwa wouldn't be an issue for me at all. Like, I'd probably be fine making content on both. But like, I'm just a little competitive, right? I really like playing Fortnite because of the skill gap in it. So that game burns me out. I get off of it and I want to play something easy and convenient. I don't want to worry about playing any other games on top of it, right? So I just chose HSR. No, 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 no. I completely quit Wuwa Tactician, like completely. Like I don't switch between the two. Like I just don't play it at all. If I'm burnt out of Fortnite and I'm not playing HSR, then instead of like playing another game, I just take that time to just like live life. You know what I'm saying? Like self-reflection, meditation, actually doing something in my life like working, like whatever it is. Like I just don't do either of them. Yeah, I don't want to go back to Genshin. I don't want to go back to Genshin at all. I don't have any hopes in that. I was fully considering it when, like, I was hyped for Notland, right? Like, I was really, really hyped. I thought this was going to be what brought me back to the game because I imagined it. Like, they, even in the trailer for Notland, like, there's fire all over the place. It shows, like, breaking the floor, and the floor is, like, semi, like, rock hard with, like, lava running around it. I thought it was actually going to be a nation in constant war and like poverty, like genuine issues going on, politics, um, like it was gonna be ravaged to the ground basically, and it was the complete fucking opposite. Like it was literally the complete opposite. Not to mention, right? Like, why is the Pyro Archon just a motorcycle rider? Like, when I imagined the Pyro Archon, I thought that this was gonna be the most badass character in the entirety of the game. I have no problem with it being a woman in the slightest, but like, are we serious? It's just a biker girl? Are we fucking serious right now? The only two characters that were semi gonna make me like stay in Genshin. So these were the one character that was the reason I kept returning to Genshin every once in a while was Columbina. So ever since that girl showed up in like that Fatui trailer a long ass time ago in Genshin, that's when I was like, I want to pull this girl no matter what, right? And then later on, I also started to like copy Tano a lot, but it's like I just couldn't anymore, man. I literally just couldn't. Did you play through Fontaine? I did. In preparation to play Notland, I speed ran Fontaine in like 1 or 2 days, and then I ended up never playing Notland. So that was literally for fucking nothing. Um, I only got half here, half here. I see. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish I had Topaz or the Herda for this, because I really don't feel like going on a website and checking every single chest spot to find every single chest. Like, I kind of wish Casters also had a chest finding thing. Oh, this is the puzzle? I thought it was going to be something better. Whatever. That would make no sense for Castris. I mean, I'm just saying it because, like, I just want it. Like, I don't really care if it makes sense, but yeah, you're right. I need this to rewind the ball, right? And then I need to turn it around to break the cases. Or the boxes. Oh my god, guys, I'm such a genius. It's crazy. Herda only does 3? Yeah, but you can spam the technique over and over again. Which is what I did on my main account. So my main account has like almost every single chest in Amphorius like done. By just spamming technique over and over again. It's also better than Topaz's because like Topaz's requires you to actually like be close to the chest. So if you aren't close, you still wouldn't even like be aware. Yeah, I don't think I have half of Penacony's chests either. Like, here, I'm missing half. I have most of them in Golden Hour. I'm missing 6. I'm missing half. I'm missing half. I'm missing half. I'm missing 4. I'm missing way more than half. I'm missing 4. And I'm missing, like, 6. Like, I'm missing so many fucking Jades, man. Yeah, that as well, Mariah. Yeah, that as well. Oh, I need to... Oh, so this breaks the boxes, right? I'm kind of stupid. Yep. This breaks the boxes. This goes all the way back up to this thing. And then I can turn it around and break this box. Nice. Are treasure chests such a big chunk? I don't know if it's worth the hassle. Usually not. However, the thing is, like, treasure chests also count as the spirit thieves, which give you 40 jades plus the chest that they were on. So, like, in some cases, these spirit thieves can be on chests that are, like, worth 30 jades, and you get, like, a total of 70 jades if you find the chest plus the spirit thief. And then in this, it's the same in Penacony. In Penacony, you have the lordly trash cans. They also give, like, I think 20 jades every single one. And then you also have trotters as well. So trotters and trash cans. Yeah, you also have the puzzles and other stuff as well. Gabby, pulling for E2 S1 casters. Would you first pull for E2 then S1, or would you do it differently? Do you have the Battle Pass Lycone, K70? Like, do you buy Battle Pass? Because I do think that currently Castris' Lycone options are pretty bricked. Wait, what? Oh, I see. I ran out. No, I don't, but could buy it. Yeah, because, like, that Battle Pass Remembrance Lycone is, like, the closest you can get to, like, a 4-star Lycone to her signature. It's, like, a 15, I think 15, maybe 20% damage difference. That sounds like a lot, but any other option, it turns into, like, a 30 to 40%. So, you know what I'm saying? Herda Store Lycone would brick your Castris' Poet set. Because I'm pretty sure it increases speed even before battle. So, Like, you wouldn't be able to really use Poet Set on casters like that. It gives like a 12% speed buff. It's mostly for supports. Would have been so easy to just make an event LC for Castris? Yeah, but instead they made it for Anoxa. Because they know they know Castris is the more popular one. So it's better to not give her a good free-to-play option so that people pull on the signature. Classic Hoyo. Do you think Aglaya's basic talent buff is real? It could be a decent power increase to her. If they do the basic attack buff thing that I heard, yeah, probably. Like, that was the first thing I thought of when I saw that. I was like, isn't Aglaya gonna get like a massive fucking buff from this? And keep in mind, Aglaya is already like the strongest DPS in the game currently when you consider like a best in slot sustain team. Sustainless, I do think it's the Herda, but when you consider sustain teams, it is Aglaya. Until you get into the Eidolons, of course. Everyone thought Castros would make Aglaya useless and watch Hoyo make that HF and MOC. I don't think Aglaya's useless. I've already said this before, right? That Casterus would likely want the exact same teammates that Aglaya has, which at the time was pretty much RMC plus Sunday. And she's likely going to be the stronger Remembrance DPS of the two, right? Because she's the anniversary drop. And it wasn't a lie. Like, Sunday plus RMC is basically equivalent to Tribbie plus RMC. So, she does, like, her best in slot teammates are basically Tribbie and RMC or Sunday and RMC. If you use E1 Tribbie, I do think that is better than RMC, right? But I think the second high scene releases, Sunday plus RMC would be better than E0 Tribbie. Which character would you say is best to get E6? Tribbie. Either Tribbie or Zhaoq, but in my opinion, it is Tribbie. 100% Tribbie, actually. 100% Tribbie. Because E6 Tribbie on a DPS set does like 4, 5, 600k damage every follow-up. And this is using her as like a sub DPS, like not hyper carry Tribbie, right? This is just normal Tribbie. If you were to run hyper carry Tribbie by giving her like Sunday plus, let's say, Sunday plus RMC or Sunday plus wait, I almost said E1 Tribbie. But Sunday plus RMC, and then maybe you run like Serval or someone who can ult spam to activate her follow-up very often. That is, I imagine it's gross. I imagine it's quite gross. What does it do? She becomes a DPS? Yes. Actually, I own Tribbie, so I can literally just show here instead of going to the data bank. It increases her follow-up damage by 729%. Keep in mind, if you already have like a well-built Tribbie for like on your the Herda team, she's usually doing like 80k to 100k plus on every one of these follow-ups. So it's a huge, huge damage increase. Much more even compared to Robin, I'm pretty sure. Also, you get a free 18% defense ignore on the E4 for all allies. I forgot about that. It's just really nice. $7.29 is oddly specific. Yeah, I don't know why they made it like that. Are there any other puzzles? Ooh, here. Okay. Nice, it's the golden scapegoat. This is my favorite one as well. What does anyone know what the point of these things are? Like, do you get rewarded for it, or is it just like, do I even bother? Bro, I am dehydrated for the Stellar Jades. Like, I genuinely am. Like, it could be bad if I'm not able to get E1. Because here's the thing, right? Let's say I get E1 Triby. I have no pulls left. I get unlucky on casters. And I lose 50-50 again. E1 Triby can go on anyone's team, right? This is why I'm fine with it. E1 Triby can go in any new DPS's team at all. So I don't really care, right? But it does suck. Like, it sucks that I'm having to invest this fucking much for just an E1. Like, are we serious? What does E2 Triby even do? The additional damage dealt by the zone increases to 120% of the original damage. When the zone deals additional damage... Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. So, you get 20% more damage off of her zone, which means this E1 that gives 24% true damage increase, this would go up a bit higher because now the zone does 120%. So this will now do 24% true damage of 120% instead of doing 24% of 100%. And then there's also one more instance of it as well. So you get one extra proc of the true damage and the thing. So if there's like 5 mobs on field, you're getting 20% more true damage and as well one extra proc. Nice, Kiwi. Do you recommend getting E1 Triby or is E0 good enough? I do recommend getting E1 Triby if you can afford it, and it doesn't get in the way of you pulling a character that you really like. Like, I feel like not enough people talk about this, but like, if pulling E1 Triby or pulling Triby is gonna cost you like not pulling someone you really enjoy playing with or really have been looking forward to, then it's just simply not worth it. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you're fine with it, if you're fine with maybe going for a DPS after Castris or someone else, E1 Triby is significantly better than E0. It just is what it is, right? Where is the thing so that I can actually reverse this correctly? There it is. Yeah, another thing you can do is pull E0 now and then get E1 on the rerun. However, one of the reasons I'm a bit more skeptical on this, right, is because you're missing out on like 3 to 4 patches of E1 use for your Triby. And Saridra is rumored to be the next Remembrance support similar to RMC, and she's supposed to release in 3.5. So Triby's rerun will probably be like 3.4 or 3.5, which, as anyone can tell, puts her very, very close to Saridra. So, you know, that could get in the way of you maybe pulling Ceredra, who might be meta as well. It's like one of those things where, you know, can't exactly predict the future. You know what I'm saying? Do you like Cypher? I don't really care about her. I don't feel any way about her, to be honest. Like, I see a lot of people really hyped for her, but she's honestly the most underwhelming of all the characters for me. So I need to get down to the blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves. That's not good enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Put cat girl. Nice, Kiwi. Oh, I think... Okay. Maybe. This might be the tech. I go here. Ooh, no, I'm off. I'm off. He doesn't go there until after. Fuck. Oh, I see. I think. So I need him... They made Remembrance as an excuse to make the most random kits. It's mostly just an excuse to like sell you specific Lycones. Because almost all recent Remembrance characters are basically completely different paths. Yet their Lycones are like completely fucking different, even though they're all the same path, basically. It's like, what the fuck is going on? What do I do here, man? My brain is not braining right now. There we go. Just keep trying randomly. Yeah. Is that enough for a pull? Oh my god, guys. One more pull. One more pull, guys. And we move on. I don't care about the spear, man. It almost never gives anything decent. E1. Oop. Holy shit. I've barely cleaned this place. How much pity you at? I think like 25. Oh, this is the new spot. That's why. Yeah, I have an E0 Tribbie right now. I really want that E1 for Castris. Like, I really want that E1, by the way. Like, really want that E1. Like, I really want that E1, by the way. Got a long way to go? Yep. That's why I'm coping with Divergent Universe. Oh, there's another one over there. Divergent Universe should allow me to get like probably like 15 to 20 more pulls when I finish all of it. Looks like that's it now. Yeah, that looks to be it. Wait, unless I can punch this. Oh, there was a chest there. Yup. Give me your free mats. Beautiful. Who's next? Yup. Face the mighty hand. Should I get E1 for Anoxa? I'm asking because I really don't know if I want E1. What's his E1 again? I honestly don't even remember his E1. That's how little I've been paying attention. E1, So he reduces defense on E1. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of mid. Oh, E1 Tribbie? E1 Tribbie is 100% worth it, in my opinion. Like 100%. Slow ass Robin, man. Oh, there's a chest hiding there? Oh, so that's where the third coin was. Okay, I see, I see. This makes a lot more sense. Yeah, don't financially ruin yourself with Triby. Alright. Huge. Huge, guys. That's gotta be at least 10 more jades, right? Maybe even 20. Oh. Oh, love to see that. Man's taking his frustration out on these mobs. Hey, I need to do something, man. I need to do something. Like, guys, I got 2 earlies. 2. If I won even just one of the 50-50s, I'd already have E1 Triby. If I won both, I would have had an E2. Like, you gotta understand how I'm feeling right now, man. Now, obviously, it's not like that serious, right? But it 100% sucks. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't, yeah. Oh, I forgot about this place. Yeah, I should probably do this. Of course. I think I need to go all the way around here. And then I need to go to the other side as well. Oh, fuck. Wait, can I even... Oh, wait, no, I can't. I have to go through here, I remember. Story needs a skip button? Yeah, I agree. I realized that after re-rolling, yeah. You're a pretty beefy guy. Leave me alone, please. Wait. That doesn't do anything? Is there something up here? Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, I know. Let me try that. Oh, wow. Playable Flame Reaver when? Losing his mind for the Jades? Yeah, it's, you know what I'm saying? Are you fuck... I had my Calyx farming team, so I couldn't actually fight that. Wow. I can't even pour inside. Wait, let me see if my change actually did something. Fuck! It didn't do shit. The new Shadow Reaver has cooler animations than some characters? Yeah. The unfortunate animation power creep. Even if Castris doesn't, like, completely power creep in terms of damage, she 100% power creeps everyone in the game through animations by a large margin. It's not even, like, a little bit. Open the door! Alright, I'm back for revenge. Like, how is this not far away enough? Yeah, I agree. Power creep and animation is fine. That's just like them showing they can improve over time.
No match for me.
Huge. Enter the hidden passage? This shit isn't hidden, bro. Actually, let me move this because it seems like I can't do anything with this. So if I move that there, let's see if I can finally do it. Oh, that's stress for 5 jades? Yup. That's the life of a Honkai Star Rail player. All this stress for a few jades just to get that one more pull in hopes that it changes everything. I think that should be it. Oh, wait. What's down here? Ooh. I'll take that. Mint picker? Literally, man. It's crazy. At least this is like a really good chest. I think this is the one that gives like 30. Yeah. Give me HP with double crit for my Triby. I mean, it was close enough, guys, right? T 0.5 is basically useless in the eyes of an average player. I mean, yeah. The thing is, with T0 DPSs, it's usually one of those things where it's like, you invest in this DPS, and you'll be good for like an entire year. Like, that is very valuable to a lot of people. So it's understandable. And then like T 0.5 DPSs will have something like an Acheron, right? And it's like, yeah, Acheron is really good, but without a Jiaoqiu and without the Light Cone and without like very good relic investment, you're not going to be having the best time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're still usable, they're still good, but for like the average player, you know, they don't want to put that much investment. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have any idea how much more convenient it is to have someone like the Herda, who legit like just straight up doesn't even need a single limited teammate and can still demolish everything in every endgame mode? Like, the value in that is just absolutely egregious compared to like a lot of these other DPSs. Do I have to accept this dude's quest to actually be able to activate this? If you give me 40 or more jades for this quest, and I'll actually help you. I mean, the thing is, person, if they make everything T0, then nothing special. So I'm actually fine. Like, this is what I said before. If every single upcoming DPS was as strong as, like, Herda, Aglaya, and Maide, then I'd genuinely be fine with that. But they're going to power creep the shit out of them. That's just the reality. Ooh! Oh, wait, never mind. This isn't the quest he gave me. But this one is 40 jades. Let's see. Which one is the one you gave me? I mean, both of them are 50 jades, man. I appreciate that. Wait, is that a spear or is that a... Fuck, it's just another spear. I don't give a shit. If everything is T0, nothing is? Yeah, that's honestly like the best case scenario. I uninstall if Castro Survive makes it through beta, no joke, and I love this game. It's understandable. Quests in this game suck? Yeah, I agree. But then again, like, if they didn't make these quests, then this game wouldn't even really be a game. Literally just a combat simulator. Phenon E6 global passive 100 jades per minute. I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely... I don't know if it's like some people would hate this. I would love this. I want them to release a limited character that literally serves zero purpose, but to increase your jade count each patch. That's it. That's all I want. And I don't want it to be in like Eidolons or in a Lycone. Like, just pull the character and they increase the jades you get per patch at E0. Like, I know they'll never do that, but like, I would love that shit. That would be so fucking good for free-to-plays and other people. People would hate it? No, people wouldn't hate it. People wouldn't hate it. I think people would love it because it's just an investment, right? You put an investment on this character at E0, you're probably not going to get an immediate return, but over time you do get a return on your jades and more. I do think a lot of people would be happy with that. Especially if it's at E0, right? That's why I said no Lycones, no Eidolon. If it turns into like an Eidolons or Lycone thing, yeah. Like, that's really bad. They would say it's pay to win like castor oil is. I mean, it's not the... Like, the thing is, if this character's only purpose was to serve for increasing your jade count every patch, I don't think people would complain about it as much as Castress. The thing about Castress is, like, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't think it's the same. Because she's like a DPS, main DPS. A lot of people don't want to pull for her. They want to pull for someone else. But if you actually do get a return on the jades you spend on a character, and even more in the future, I think people would be more fine with that. I think you're a bit too desperate for jades right now. Can you blame me, man? Can you blame me? Why did these 3 people just spawn? People who couldn't pull would be mad. The thing is, there's such a low chance of that happening. Like, I don't want to be that guy, right? But let's say they were to release a character like this on an anniversary patch. Anniversary patches are usually 120 to 130 pulls. And with the Starlight you get from 4 stars plus like shop reset or whatever, you'd have enough to basically guarantee a limited. The only way you can't guarantee it is if you go to double 80 pity. Like, if they did it during an anniversary patch and gave like an extra 30 pulls, or they gave them as like a free character to everyone. A new player who came just after, yeah, but you can just get him on a rerun. It's not like he's gonna disappear. Like, someone that important that'll make them that much money selling on a banner, they'd 100% rerun that guy in like 3 patches. It'd probably be like another Robin situation. You think we're going to get a free 5-star like we did with Ratio for this, Annie? No, not at all. There's 0 chance. Dr. Ratio wasn't even the anniversary. It was Acheron. Ratio we just got for free because, like, they won a bajillion rewards. And they wanted to look, like, really nice to the people. And then the second they don't win as many awards like they did this time around, they just gave way less rewards. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this game is worse than Genshin when it comes to pulling. Because Genshin gets on average, I think like 60 to 80 pulls a patch. This game gets on average like 90 to 100. But this game has like, it's getting like double the 5 stars Genshin is every patch. And the power creep is significantly worse. Like, you get a lot more value out of the jades you pull, like, characters on in Genshin compared to HSR. Like, 100%. Finally cleared Torturous 6 of the new DU. I feel like death itself. Do you get a reward out of that, or do you like just do that for fun? Yeah, that too. That too. Like, even if they don't increase Jade count, but instead, like, turn your 50/50s into 75/25s, I'd also spend money on that. However, that is, in my opinion, that would be a lot less accepted than probably the Jade increase, because then people would be like, oh, this is bait. Imagine pulling for this guy and still losing the 75/25, right? So, I'm not sure. I feel like that would be a little more hated than the Jades. I did it for 50 Jades worth. Yeah. Hey, 50 Jades is 50 Jades. In this economy, take anything you can get.
Step up, let's see ya.
Harmony and unity.
You never know. Nice.
I hope we're next.
Is my game bugged? I pulled the 75/25 guys, but I still lost 4 in a row. Yup. There's going to be someone like that out there, unfortunately. Me back. Welcome back, Hirokumara. New global passive for 10 Jades for every overworld battle won. You bet your ass I would be grinding. I would be grinding every single last mob on every single planet every day. Oh. You guys know what that means, right? You guys know what that means, right? Mm-hmm. I know what it means. It means an E1 Triby. I know what it means. It means an E1 Triby. I can't anymore, man. I can't. How am I not winning the 0.6% at 20 pity? How? Why? How come the 2 times I did win it at 20 pity, I lost the 50/50? Why? Why does it have to be this way? Why do I have to suffer while others live in joyous whimsy? Just pull better. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, you're right. Honestly, you're completely right. You're completely right, by the way. Completely right. Completely right. There we go. I've seen E2 Triby and 110 pull. And why would you tell me about this? Was your goal to make me feel worse and more depressed? Because if it was, congratulations, it worked, right? I hope you're happy. Robin was robbing your jades? Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, I did get decently lucky on Robin, so I can't really complain. But the only thing that kind of sucks is, like, I wish I got... Like, I didn't want Robin in the first place. Like, the only reason I pulled on her was because I was trying to get a copy of DDD, and I instantly got the fucking leg cone. Like, it's whatever, man. I'm just hoping in the future my E1S1 Robin, she'll be a best in slot. I mean, it has to happen, right? Like, there's no way they allowed Robin to action advanced memo sprites with her ult and then not make her best in slot with a future remembrance DPS. You know what I'm saying? Like, surely. Aglaya, she isn't really a best in slot at E0S0, I'm pretty sure. And best in slot would 100% go to Sunday, not Robin. Like, you can very easily just get rid of Robin, put in RMC, you're going to have very similar performance. Kevin? Maybe. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Phenon can take full advantage of my Robin. But the thing is, he's destruction, according to leakers. So, like, I don't know. Like, I do think there's a good chance Heislands actually ends up being the one. Like, we even have a rumored... I saw a leak yesterday that we basically have it confirmed that we're getting, like... Was it, like, a dot remembrance character in 3.5? Which perfectly lines up with Heislands. So, if anyone's going to take advantage of my Robin, unfortunately, it's most likely Heislands. Even though I want it to be Phenon. He will end up being Nihility. I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. Oh, wait, Aglaya doesn't have voice lines when it's like a side quest? Oh. Will Heislands make Kafka great again? She'll make Robin great again. Fuck Kafka. 50 jades. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it.
It's still early. Where to now?
Do I get jades out of this? I will gladly take you. Gladly. Very, very gladly. Where are you? Wait. There you are. Oh, I see. I see. Alright, guys. I will end the stream now. I'm going to keep farming basic chests off stream. I haven't eaten all day and I'm kind of hungry, so that's why I'm ending stream, by the way. Hope you all have a good day. Hope you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I will keep farming basic chests and Amphorius now that I got that gadget. After that, probably Penacony. After that, probably Zhangzhou Lofu. After that, probably Heard a Space Station. And then after that, Divergent Universe, right? So hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good night.